Our guest is here, David. So anytime you want. Guess we were just talking about having chatted to Pete Waterman. So, David, if you want to turn around and meet your guest for today, who you didn't want to do it with, your mic's gone off as well. Just to let you know, I can't hear you, so this is fucking shocking. Sort your mic out, you pillock. Oh fucking hell! No, can't hear you. Let's just not pod then. Sort your mic out. We can't hear you. I don't know what you're saying. You're just pointing at the screen now. Now sort your mic out.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Will. Thank you. Yeah, they can hear
Can't
you.
hear you, David.
Fucking cracking start. How are you, Will?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right.
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is Will Andrews, everyone. Will's does a series about his shed, which we love, and he's
honestly,
clever
Will,
with
I've
his
been
hands.
looking at you with your face the last month or so. It just feels weird you on our show.
Even though we've
Show?
known you for 20 years. Shut
Yeah.
up. Don't call it a show. Fucking
Our
gross.
show. Our little show.
Our show-off show. So thanks for coming on, Will. Basically, we've spoken about you on and off for 4 years.
See, I find that quite sort of disconcerting.
Well, it should be.
Well, can I tell you what happens normally?
What?
Is that I'll say I've built a cupboard or something, and then someone's partner, wife or someone will go, well, he doesn't do that. And then I'll feel deeply uncomfortable.
But doesn't that get you sort of, I'm doing it more then? Doesn't it make you feel like...
Because whenever we talk about not being able to do something, we go, God, yeah, because Will, do you remember when we were at Will's house and he was telling us how he took the middle of his house out?
Mm. Will, your series, I absolutely love it.
Well, that's really kind of you, man. I don't know if you maybe picked up from it, but I shot it quite a long time ago. But
yeah,
it's just quite hard to get around to doing these things. And I just had all this footage on my hard drive, and I just thought, well, I better do something with it. And then people have just been really nice. And I'm curious. I think people just like watching people do things.
Yeah.
So
you can lay on the sofa and get a shed built.
Yeah,
but I like all the little creative moments, all the little bits of creativity you throw in.
Oh, thanks, man. That's really kind. It's a life of wasted work in television, I suppose. And sort of finally, a chance to do it, I guess.
Have you not done any stuff like this because you sort of said on your little show that, and it is a show, it's a shed show.
It's a shed show.
We should tell people, right, basically,
I was going to say, we need
filmed
to set
himself
who the hell this up.
building a shed at the back of his garden, and their little three, although we did talk about this on a previous ep.
Yeah. Oh,
where I talk about Will, Anna getting with me, leaving you to get with me, Will. And then being really disappointed
on
with
so
what I
many
offer.
Because basically, can I also contact whenever we in the past we've spoken about not being able to do like stuff like building stuff, we always then talk about you for 15 to 20 minutes. And so this is the person we've spoken about. We now have here, and I guess we're going to sort of say, for probably about 50 minutes. How do you know how to put a window in? There'll be a series about 8 or 9 versions of that through this next 50 minutes.
Well,
correct?
So from my side of it, right, I have a series of questions because the response I get, or normally when I'm, so my dad was quite handy, but my mum was much more handy. She like made our beds, right?
Wow.
So yeah, so she put them together and all that, and from bits, not from kits, like she made these bunk beds.
Well, so not from a kit, she just had wood.
Yeah, she went to the wood shop, she got wood.
Fucking hell.
I know, but it is odd.
I've been in a wood shop
for me,
with
I
you,
grew
Will.
up with it. So it's not, what'd you say?
I've been in a wood shop with you, and I was just watching how you knew like screws and nails and
so attractive
in your
Yeah, sorry,
so
back to
attractive.
back to your mum being attractive as well.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
So your mum's
So
being
attractive.
sexy in a wood shop.
Yeah.
But it sort of grew up with it. And then, but what I do notice this sort of, this cloud does descend. Like if you're in a group of adults and they say, oh, well, who did that then? I go, oh, well, Will did that. And the sort of parent, the wives will be like, what?
Yeah, I
And
completely
actually,
get it.
Joe, you came round to our house. This is years ago.
Yeah,
And
the one you don't live because you live in a different house now. The one,
yeah, I think
the
you came to,
converted pub.
that's right. You came to the
Yeah,
pub and we'd ripped the heart out of that and put it back
yeah,
together. And we were having a really bad time. There was just stuff everywhere, just tools and shit everywhere.
yeah. I
Everything was,
remember.
there's dust in your nostrils, and it was awful. And Anna was having a really hard time. My wife, she was saying, I saw, I can't. I wake up, I have to wear a coat in bed, and all this stuff. And you, Joe, you said so. It hit at just the right moment. You were like, it's incredible what he does. You should you
Yeah.
should be so grateful. And you left. And Anna looked at me differently that for about
Wow.
Really?
So thank you for that.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Oh, just to
well,
let everyone know, Will is, I don't know, Mrs. Pernicek's husband or whoever that
oh
on
yeah,
Canal
yeah.
Thursdays.
Oh yeah, yes. Yes, my favourite bit of Canal Thursdays ever was when Anna was playing Mrs. Thornycheck or whatever it was, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we said, "Oh, could we meet your husband?" And she opened the back door, and you were up to your knees in mud and wood
I
and stuff.
was.
And
Yeah.
then he went, "Hi, Mister Thornycheck
Yeah.
or whatever," and you went, "What? What are you doing?"
You looked a million miles away from showbiz in that moment.
And wanted no part of our silliness at the moment.
Yeah.
It's so good. Then Anna just
Even
shut the
then, I was
door.
like, I wish I was Will and didn't have a fucking mic in front of me and I was just building.
We're jumping around, but I've got
Yeah.
watching one of your videos, and you made the window frame at the back of the shed,
Mm.
and I know
Yeah.
it's got to play, but I was just
Yeah.
like, okay, so
How
he
did you
knows
do
to
it?
do. I know this is the first time you go, how do you do it? But like, it's the window. You did like the frame like that, and then you knew you needed another bit inside that,
Yeah.
and then another bit inside that, and I'm like, what the fuck? Surely it's just a. I was just watching you put like layer upon layer of stuff inside the window, just blowing my mind that was something you were prepared to attack.
I think it's that last bit you said. It's the prepared to. I think so. Like if you pick up a paving slab and there's all these insects underneath, and you're just like, I
Yeah.
can't look at that. So if you took a wall apart, or if say you took the door off, and then you took the frame out, and then you'd see like, what's that bit? And then there's a bit there. Most people's hearts would start racing,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they just think something's gonna collapse and it's gonna break, and
Yeah, absolutely.
So
But
for
you
me,
have to have some level of knowledge because
Yeah.
your sexy mum, you had some kind of,
And sexy dad.
and sexy dad.
it wasn't the knowledge, it was the sort of lack of fear. It was the sort of, in the same way some people can pick up insects and I can't. It's the same thing. It's like, well, how does the window work? How does the electrics work? How does the plumbing work? How does the shit get from the house into the sewer? Well,
Yeah,
we'll
but
have to
how
dig a
do
hole.
all those things?
Well, the honest answer is it's far better to get a job and pay for someone who does it for a job. That's the honest truth.
Thank you. Right, you
It's
can head
true.
off now.
But Will, you could now, this could be your living, couldn't it? You could be a builder, you could be landscape.
A handyman or something.
Yeah, I did try a couple of things. I did a couple of bits and bobs for. I mean, I hate it because I can do anything. I mean, probably most things. I can do maybe 90% of most things, but it
Love
takes
to
me
be able
so
to
much
say
longer
that.
than a trade. So
Right.
you were talking about mowing the lawn, David, and like, imagine.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes.
Well, imagine a
that
How
was.
is that a
turning up.
compliment?
Well, as in if you turned up with a hover mower, you'd get it done, but it would take you days.
But you wouldn't use a hover mower. But I see what you mean.
David, do you like in that moment thinking, yeah, I have a knowledge of lawn
Yeah, of
mowing?
mowers and
Yeah,
yeah.
it's great
Yes, I
feeling.
suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Two-stroke oil and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's everything you know now, isn't it? You said it all in under 20
That's it.
seconds.
Top and bottom.